Let's continue. 12:13 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
I'm by myself now. Court will now reconvene. Mr. Payne, please call your witness.
This next person is summoned to witness the crime as it happened. The prosecution calls Miss Dahlia Hawthorne to the stand.
I don't trust you at all. Oh, I don't trust you at all. What's with this stiff silence? Also, this music. In my long career as a judge, I have been deceived by many witnesses. It's my job to doubt, to take no one at their word. But in your case, I must admit that you radiate a glow of complete sincerity. I can't believe you actually said that!
Now then, witness, could you please state your full name?
Don't worry, sweetie, there's no need to be so nervous.
If anyone says anything rude, you can be sure I'll cut them right down to size.
And I will bash them with my gavel. Wow, those two turned into simps at the drop of a hat. I love how they look straight at me when they say that. Thank you for calming my nerves. You are all so nice. I almost feel right at home.
Not at all. It was nothing.
Okay, you two are literally just simps. I'm gonna kick all of your asses. If we may move on now, what is your full name and occupation? My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm a junior in literature at Ivy University. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence.
Oh, the honor's all mine! No, the honor's all mine! I'll kick your ass, old man, I'll kick you!
Okay, I think it's time for me to bring the hose in. Well, we know whose milkshakes brings all the boys to the yard. Okay, I'm downing the rest of my tea just because of that one.
I made a terrible mistake, I can't down that entire thing yet.
Sir?
Is there something I can help you with? You just go and say whatever's on your mind!
I'm sure that there must be some kind of mistake. Feeny wouldn't kill anyone. I just know it. Yes. I can see why you'd say that. She's going to be a tough witness, all right. It only took her 12 seconds to wrap them all around her little finger. Now then, please proceed with your testimony. Let's hear about what you witnessed on the day of the incident, if you please.
You exude a radiance of fake. You sit upon a throne of lies. I don't trust your appearance whatsoever. Sorry, I don't trust you.
I had been planning to go back to Feeny's place after class was over. Feeny and Dougie, they were talking behind the building. Then suddenly, Dougie got all wobbly and just collapsed. That's when Feeny noticed that I was there. I went to go and find some other students and they called the authorities. I don't know what to say. According to you, Miss Hawthorne, the defendant didn't do anything wrong.
Something's not right here. Young lady! As old as I am, even I recall how hot the flames of young passion can burn. Nevertheless, it is my job to discover the truth. Please tell us the truth.
But I would never...
Hold it!
That's more than enough, witness. I won't allow this to continue. What? What do you mean by that? Please, just let me proceed with my cross-examination, Your Honor. I, for one, don't plan to win my case on a bunch of paper-thin lies. You haven't changed a bit. Mia Fey. What?
What's this? So you two are... acquainted?
Probably that first case. She was involved from the, okay. claiming the 19-year-old female college student who was sitting with the victim. This is about 8 months ago, and what is she right now? Age 20? So she probably grew up within those 8 months to age 20. So... it was an incident that happened in the courthouse cafeteria. I wonder what the hell is in that. What is in that bottle? Is it poison? Yes. We've met before. Once. In any case, Miss Faye, the floor is all yours. It's good to see you again, Madam Faye. Madam? I'm no one's grandma yet, girly. Not yet. Okay. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I mean, Mr. Wright is in the art department. If that's the case, then what were you doing by the pharmacology building?
Well, I'm in the literature department. I'm studying Japanese senryu poetry.
Oh, wonderful! It's that humorous yet satirical style of haiku, yes?
Nothing left to do. When a man reaches this age, sleep is his best friend.
That's supposed to be poetry? Sounds more like a midlife crisis.
For me to get to the art department, I have to walk through that back area.
Ah, yes, I see. That makes sense. When I want to enter the courthouse, I always walk through the front doors. How else would you enter? Teleportation? So who is this Dougie person?
Oh, I'm sorry. Doug Swallow. We were dating until about 8 months ago.
So what were So what were Mr. Swallow and Mr. Wright talking about anyway?
How can you be so mean? I would never eavesdrop. I wasn't raised to be so rude and unrefined.
That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level.
Why am I being demonized here?
God, you guys are terrible!
Nah, it's the joke's already been done. They'll all be kicked in the balls eventually.
Please go on. What'd you see next? Are you saying that the victim just collapsed on his own?
Yes?
In other words, the defendant never touched the victim. Is that right?
I was watching the whole time. Feeny never did a thing to Ducky.
If I press her for no good reason, I just know the judge will get angry with me. So what should I do about her testimony just now? Well, I'm gonna show a contradiction. Feeble lies are not very becoming, Miss Hawthorne. So let's drop them, shall we?
What? I would never...
Miss Faye, I will not allow you to badger this witness. I believe the defense has engaged in a fishing expedition.
Really?
That is shit. That's no supporting.
I'm staring daggers at you right now. I fucking dare you.
Please don't glare at me. I'm just doing my job.
Now then, Miss Hawthorne.
Oh God, yes. Go, you go get him, girl boss.
The defendant's palm print was found on Mr. Swallow's leather jacket. It has already been shown that Mr. Wright did, in fact, push the victim.
What?
There's no need to try to cover for the defendant. It would be much better if you came out and told us the whole truth. Well, there's nothing to worry about, young lady. Just tell us everything that you saw.
Yes, Your Honor. I will. If you don't mind, I'd like to revise my testimony.
Looks like we're finally getting somewhere.
Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
Then what the hell were you doing?
You didn't see it?
Well, I saw the moment when Dougie fell to the ground.
And at that time, there was only the two of them at the scene. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, and the victim, Doug Swallow.
Also, Phoenix, Swallow, two birds.
Yep.
Yes, that's right.
So then, what did it look like they were doing to you?
I thought they were having a nice, friendly afternoon conversation.
Oh, give me a break.
That's why I really wasn't watching them all that closely.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all?
No, nothing at all, Mr. Judge.
Oh, I like the sound of that, Mr. Judge. Now then, please proceed with your testimony.
It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either.
When you say students, do you mean students from the pharmacology department?
Yes, they're all very fond of their drugs.
Oh, please try to stay on topic. So to find some pharmacology students, you went to the labs, correct?
That's what I was planning to do, but in the end, I wound up not going. A group of about 10 research students came running out of the building entrance. Somehow they all seemed to know what was going on.
The students knew what was going on? But how could the students have known what was going on?
Well, I don't know for sure that they knew what had happened. It's just they all seemed kind of excited about something.
Doesn't look like I'm going to get any more info about the students.
So the students call the police?
Yes, I was just I was so panicked.
Yes, well, anyone would have been, my dear. That girl. She's telling a super obvious lie and she knows it. She's just pretending to protect Mr. Wright.
No, I figured that already.
Yes, that's gotta be it. Way to go, Mia. Okay, that means I'm going to have to dig deep to find the contradiction on this one.
It didn't look like they were fighting, and I didn't hear anything unusual either. What about this?
You say you didn't hear anything unusual, is that correct?
Yes, that's why I was very relaxed looking at the scenery around me.
That's nice, but I find that just a little odd. I have here the testimony of your boyfriend, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And he clearly testified to the effect that when he pushed the victim, he heard a sharp, loud noise.
He said that?
If you were really that close to the two of them, why didn't you hear this noise as well?
Well, maybe the noise just wasn't all that memorable.
But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise like a snap. Like what I'm going to do to your neck if you keep simping over her. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Ah!
May I have a moment to answer?
By all means!
I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time.
Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered?
The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble.
thunder and lightning, huh?
Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder. So I put my headphones on to block it out.
I need to stop doing that. Oh god, I need to go to a doctor. Well, Your Honor.
No, yes, I totally agree. You need to go see a doctor.
No, well, I mean, yes, but no, not that. As you can see, there weren't any contradictions in the testimony after all.
Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony just now. She said something that could totally change this whole case.
Well, to be fair,
These two in particular, but I think this. Your Honor, there's a problem with the witness's testimony.
what do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes, what about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Faye.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
Oh, ah! I must admit that the thought of that had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt.
It appears the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
All right, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that not guilty, not...
I think I might be having a heart attack. Oh, God. My chest is hurt. I mean, I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Faye.
Huh?
I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at that location.
What?
What's more, we have evidence that the electric cable is definitely linked to the case.
The evidence, Mr. Payne? Well, what is this evidence?
This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden at around 3 p.m. that day.
Was it a blackout?
All the lab's equipment runs on high voltage, Your Honor.
So you're saying the equipment lost power because...
Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly! In other words, the victim died as a result of the severed electrical cable.
About that. 5 minutes, just saying.
According to the students, the cables were very old. They're planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest would have caused them to break.
The old power cable broke due to some sort of impact on the 9th at 2:55 p.m. Okay. So, let's look at this here for a second. Phoenix and him met at 2:45. He pushed him. This says that this cable broke at 2:55, but the clock on his watch, the time on his watch said 3:05. So there's a 5-minute gap here. Actually, 10-minute gap if you think about it. However, there is one thing that troubles me. If the cable could have been broken by any small bump, then it wouldn't have snapped if it hadn't been bumped into, correct?
Well, I suppose you can say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts about regarding the cause of this severed cable?
Your Honor?
I don't like how this is looking one bit.
I have to come up with something to try to gain some momentum. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
Who was it that caused... Okay, a simple bump would have caused it to... I mean, I could immediately say that maybe it was the umbrella that broke it. Kind of, potentially. But... that... Okay, I really have to think about this for a minute here. Okay, so if a simple bump was enough to make it break, then the only thing I think of potentially is like, I don't know, like, part of me thinks that... Because usually whenever I think of a case like this, maybe the hook on the umbrella could have easily been the thing that would, you know, rip the cord itself, but I just... Maybe I'm thinking about this a bit too literally, like...
A simple bump could have...
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. God damn it. I'm trying to think about, like, how high the pole was in comparison to, like, Doug and Phoenix. Because if he was pushed... And if the umbrella was just the right height, it could have easily tapped into it, so... Would that technically count as the umbrella, or would it be counted as Phoenix that caused the thing to break? I wish I could save right now, just so I could test this out here, but... Okay. I feel like maybe the umbrella might actually be a bit too flimsy, so maybe... Because we know that the catalyst here is that Phoenix pushed Doug. So, if it would take just a little bit of a bump, then there's a potential that maybe something that... Again, maybe... No, because Doug fell on the... Damn it, I'm trying to think here, like... I'm trying to get the height idea here, because my theory is that it's a cause and effect. Phoenix pushed Doug. Something that Doug was doing while he was falling caused the cord to rip, maybe? But then again, that cutscene showed that there was no cables. Fuck, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna try to say that maybe... Alright, I may be wrong. Crazy Fox. Fuck, I don't know, I might need your help. Alright, I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit, and if I'm wrong, I'm gonna go check the umbrella. Okay, I think I might have been right then. Never mind.
Your Honor, please think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Well, yes, that sounds right. Wait! Are you saying that... The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits right in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Oh! Whenever he shoved it...
Yes! That prosecution also came to that same conclusion. And it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted.
No, I'm not done yet, fuckwit. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being put— Oh, I didn't even think to factor in he bumped into the pole, but that makes much more sense. If those wires were as flimsy as they're stating, the mere friction of bouncing into the pole would cause the slightest amount of tension to build up into the tube, or the cables, and make it just rip, potentially. It was that impact that caused the cable to break. Well, that makes sense, and then the victim was electrocuted. I'm not done yet. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here! Oh shit! Ah! In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim!
Order! Order on the court!
The lamentations of my enemy, how I've longed to hear them. It's true. The defense is absolutely correct. There doesn't seem to be any way the defendant could have...
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madame Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
What the?
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge?
Yes, of course, it's all right. Yes, yes, please. Just go right ahead and give your testimony. Yes, do it.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice.
No, that is a lie. That goes against his testimony. I'm just going to say that right now. Just going to say that right now. That is a lie. Sorry. I really just choose not to believe her at all.
The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind.
You just fucking lied already. That's nothing to do with what your testimony was earlier.
The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted, it all occurred in less than a minute.
You fucking liar. So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm going to...
I'm so sorry, Feeney, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Of course you are, my dear. As painful as it may seem, you are.
Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Oh, I'm going to enjoy. I'm slowly turning her into the Frieza voice, but that voice already belongs to somebody else, Francisca, damn it. Miss Hawthorne, previously in your testimony you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie.
I know. I'm sorry. I wanted to protect Feeney.
So that's why you basically lied to the court.
I was a bad girl, I know. Mr. Judge?
Yes.
Would you please forgive little old me?
Of course he won't! What you did is called perjury.
Oh, come now. It was just a little old white lie.
Revoke your license, old man! That is perjury!
We'll forget this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
I am going to physically rip that damn license from your body.
Thank you so much, Mr. Judge.
Not at all!
The judge had better be more careful himself. A dark alley is friendlier than that girl. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know it doesn't look it, but Feeny can be a little bit of an imp when he wants to be. Not really. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny really is scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
So let me get this straight. You were happily listening to music on your headphones while you watched this scene unfold?
Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop battering the witness.
I wasn't happy. I was so scared that I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both, and that they would each give the fight their all.
Well, that's very sweet of you to be so supportive.
And what happened after that?
I'm gonna kick all of your asses at this point.
Mia, hold me back!
That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket?
No, there weren't.
Madam Faye, may I suggest that you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, right? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away.
Well, that's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrific sight for anyone to behold.
Oh my god, seriously, I am going to... I'm glad I'm in Mia's position because I'm seething with the fury of a woman scorned right now, and I want to kick both of your asses.
If I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. She didn't have much time to come up with her lie, so this is my best chance. There must be a hole in her testimony somewhere. Think, Mia! Let's see. The first time was in the electrical pole, that's when the cable broke. Dougie tried his best to run away from him. He caught up in the costume from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute. It all occurred in less than a minute. 2:55 p.m. So that's when the power outage happened. And time of death was about 3 p.m. And the only other time that we could... Oh, fuck, I can counter this. 3:05 p.m. So... Fuck you, you little vixen. That's enough, witness. I'm afraid I don't understand. Yo, you will in a minute. Could you please take a look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Oh, yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
Oh my god! My point is this! What time was it when the lab suffered that power outage due to the cable snapping?
Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear.
Dude, you're gonna respond... Oh, right, my controller disconnected.
It was 2:55 p.m. No!
Would you care to explain the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
What exactly happened during the 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow.
Order! Order in the court! What's all about? This is nonsense! The real murderer?
Even you can't deny that the time between the cable breaking and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for.
Then who was it? Who are you saying could have done it?
There's only one person who could have murdered Mr. Swallow. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer? Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
You're goddamn right I am.
It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready. Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized. Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
This bitch!
No, wait. It was Winston Payne.
I knew it. He was after Doug the entire time.
No. If he couldn't have Doug, no one could. Anyway. It could have only been you. Dahlia Hawthorne! How can you...
The defense is grasping at straws!
10 minutes passed between the time the cable broke and the time of the electrocution. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Order! Miss Faye! That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands.
How can you say something so mean, Madam Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious charge. What? Phoenix? Your Honor! Please, I have something I want to say. You, what is it? Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that. Phoenix, you're being blinded. Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Leave my dolly alone!
That boy. Is that you, Grossberg? He's gotten himself in way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Yes!
A report on the incident 8 months ago. Police report, okay.
Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Don't mind if I do.
Alright, let's see what we got here. District Courthouse Cafeteria, daytime August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim, Diego Armando, age 28, occupation lawyer, suspect Dahlia Hawthorne, age 19. Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh. 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 Dahlia has some information on drugs.
You'd better take a good look at it. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend. It details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Oh, this is personal for her.
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, that is,
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have the situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie?
Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you they should let me handle this. Sorry, but please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear.
I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report.
It must.
"8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, the same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne."
Further testimony? What about?
"About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright."
What could possibly have that? What could that possibly have to do with this case?
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason. Because I bet you that poison is in the necklace. And she just needed a place to hide it for the time being.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne.
This is personal for her. Let's go.
Oh, new music! New music! Oh, I dig this. I'm digging this.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement's reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
We're so lovey-wovey, we literally just make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again, you'll be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her!
I'll take that.
Alright, let's go, you bitch.
Actually, wait. Would it be nice? No, it's probably mean to call her a harlot. A Black Widow. That'd probably be better. So, until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow?
Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me, I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle.
Judge Fickle? Maybe she should look for a different line of work.
Well, despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict.
Bullshit.
That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life.
That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with that murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case... The judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. No, I'm gonna keep pressing. Wait. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna keep pressing. Because here, there's another reason that she was there in the first place. Dahlia Hawthorne was at that goddamn courthouse cafeteria. And that was around the time that they met 8 months ago. So, there was a reason that she was there. Your Honor, if you will allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony. Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing.
You were writing a paper? On what?
On the relationship between modern Senryu poetry and the criminal underworld.
Oh, that sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten.
Again with the midlife crisis stuff? Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. Don't worry, I want dialogue. Even if my throat's murdering me right now, I could care less. This is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. I'm gonna have some fun. Okay, so what was it about Mr. Wright that made your heart malfunction like that? In my personal opinion, he looks like a typical snotty-nosed college brat.
Perhaps to a woman your age, but to me, Feeny is handsome.
Perhaps to you, Miss Hawthorne, but to the rest of the planet, he's a dime a dozen.
Hey!
Hey, I'm trying to help you.
Love is a mysterious thing, and I object to this line of questioning. If you were to look at my wife, for example, you might all be shocked.
Well, he's telling the truth. It was truly, truly shocking.
Beautiful mushroom growing tall in the darkness, it comes from cow dung.
What?
That's the poem that best describes how I feel about my Feeny.
But it's... What? Were there any bad feelings between you and Mr. Swallow?
No, not at all. We parted on very good terms.
That can't be.
Our investigation also shows that it was a clean breakup.
Are you sure?
Yes, it seems that they both wanted it that way.
So the victim wanted to break up with her.
Do I want to press further? I mean, I've already got what I want to counter her with right now, so...
So you're saying that Mr. Swallow also wanted to break up with you?
Well, you see...
What a cruel thing to ask a lovely young lady like this. By the way, I've never once considered leaving my wife.
I'll be sure to share that to your wife, by the way. Hey! Miss Payne! Your husband was considering leaving you for a 20-year-old!
No one cares, Mr. Payne! She didn't deny it. That must mean... Doug Swallow must have seen through her little act. Probably, yeah. he must have gotten a glimpse of her true nature. Listen to me, Mia. That woman has the judge in the palm of her hand, you see. So the only way to discredit her is to find a contradiction in her testimony. Don't worry, I already know what to do. About that. That's not why you were there. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye?
No, it's just my standard. It's called a resting smirk. Well, I was gonna say resting bitch face, but I assure you, I'm the baddest bitch. 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned? The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago. Order! 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 God damn it! This is unbelievable! It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the sarcophagus.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You're cheating. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not...
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Well, not like that. Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see. Okay, I've tied the two crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive. Well done, Mia! Oh, you really lit a fire in my heart and my buttocks. My ass is on fire. Can you see it? Please don't show it to me. Excelsior! I might be having a problem. I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids. Please, sir, that's a little bit too much information. You're on fire, I tell you. Good Lord.
Oh god, at this point I don't even care if people get annoyed by my goddamn ad-libbing. I'm having a fucking blast being back in this series.
If you can't tell, I've had a grin for the past 2...
How long have I been recording? Fuck, I'll worry about it later. I'll look at the editing later.
I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
What?
Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
I think I know exactly where that poison was from. I think I know exactly where it was hidden. So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she has nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today. And I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Ah! What the? Why does the fence suddenly feel stronger? What is this presence?
Aha! Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear! A proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing!
Alright, Mia, let's do this.
I can already feel the power. What were you talking about with the defense attorney?
Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
Well, according to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer there was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger.
Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was?
That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly! I'll protect you!
Okay, you heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Bailiff!
Oh, Feeny, please.
Those two are really making me ill, albeit for decidedly different reasons. Yeah, I'm starting to gag too. How long were you gone?
I've already answered all those questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes?
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet?
What are you saying, Miss Faye? Toilet? My perfect little Dolly doesn't poop!
You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Pretty red roses do not poop. Better luck next time.
Oh, Feeny, please.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. Women do not poop.
This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of God's time. I fucking hate my juvenile humor. What's wrong with me? I think I might be delirious. This is what happens whenever I play this for an extended period of time after a very fucking long break. Oh god, I've missed this.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue with your testimony. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drop says it's about 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons. So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh?
The poison was found in the lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there.
Yeah, that certain somebody was probably you.
A special kind of poison? How so?
Well, I heard that's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I don't know.
Actually, wait a minute. Actually, no. Let me see.
I'm sorry. All I know is that what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. The better question is, how'd the criminal get something like that? Good question.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh! I know who! He had knowledge of drugs! That must be it!
And that's the reason they didn't arrest you? Because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison?
I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye.
She's right. And I think we've all had enough of Miss Faye's questions.
So in essence, the main reason Miss Hawthorne was never arrested for this crime was because no one could have shown how she could have obtained the poison. Then all we had to do is find a way to establish how she could have gotten some, right? Great. Notice, how did a little lit student get a hold of the poison of all things? Well, easy, actually. Because of him. He was in pharmacology. He had access to drugs, so there's potential that he would have known poison. So, you wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you.
What?
In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. Boyfriend? You mean the victim Doug Swallow? That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then, it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You!
Order! Could it be? Found nothing but a basic accusation.
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you need some kind of container.
Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they?
She's right. They even mentioned that in the report. But we already know. You want to know why I already know the answer to that? Because that very container was casually around Phoenix's neck. Because you gave him that necklace. Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying that I threw the poison container away, I think it needs to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead. The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse. And that the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred. If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where is this container the poison was carried in? What happened to it? It's right here! You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched. Who is this person? Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
So, the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present.
What? That's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? Oh, that's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye? The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away. What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here? No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. Order! Order in the court! Objection! Phoenix? On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself!
I won't let you bully her like this! Mr. Wright! I thought I told you to stay in your seat! Mr. Wright? Why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her! Madly in love? I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you is... that. Dahlia Hawthorne was not, and is not, madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My... necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. She's begging to give it back. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always said the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying. But you never give it back to her. And to make things worse for you, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie!
Mia, you're right. The defendant, he's getting away. Bailiff, hurry, after him. Mia, are you all right?
Yes. I think so.
Oh, that boy. He went completely insane.
Where's Mr. Wright?
Well, it looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough.
Thank goodness. Oh no!
What is it?
The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone!
What? That's terrible!
Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me.
The foolish boy! That's the only thing that could have saved him! What in blazes are we supposed to do now?
What the fuck?
Mr. Wright, this sort of behavior is unprecedented in the history of this court.
I'm sorry.
I'm afraid that your apology is not enough!
Mr. Wright! What did you do with the bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what? You ate it? It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah. There's trace amounts of poison in that, you fucking idiot! What the—
What?
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, you've got to stop the trial! Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed might have had some poison left in it!
Seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly that bottle did not contain deadly poison.
How can you be so sure?
I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No! No.
No! There must be some mistake. The bottle must not have had any poison left in it. Either that or the poison must have lost its potency.
There, it's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you placed this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness Miss Hawthorne with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong.
That's enough. Unfortunately, Miss Fey, I cannot accept your explanation of the events. But why? This may be impossible for a beginner like you to understand, but in a court of law, evidence is everything. Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything? Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with this Phoenix? Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright? What are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you.
What is it?
That day, the day I met Doug Swallow, that girl, you shouldn't see her anymore.
Hey, it's none of your business.
I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news.
You're lying.
Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab.
poison?
The same thing happened 8 months ago. A drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could only have been her. That girl is a thief.
Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
He was trying to warn him.
Is it true? Did he really say that?
But that's ridiculous!
There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him.
She put the drugs in the hand.
What? She told me not to ever tell anyone about it, but I'm sorry, Dolly.
Your Honor, this is... the defendant is...
Miss Fey, you tell them! Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent! So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago too, huh? You put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Miss Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow. The night before? Naturally, her motive for stealing it was to kill someone. Miss Fey. If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this. Mia, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore, exactly who is Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Well, she wanted to get that necklace back, so I think she was actually trying to kill Phoenix. Because she needed that damn necklace back.
There was one person that was standing squarely in Miss Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright. Me?
That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered!
Well, it's true that that's how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of electrocution, not poison. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be. But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Miss Hawthorne were in love.
No.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I'll bring her to justice. I swear it. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go so far as to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Dahlia Hawthorne could think of only one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible.
No. It can't be.
It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was just one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. To him, the tiny little bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean... That's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence.
That can't be true!
Feeny, what a joke you are. Oh, there's the real you. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I've been told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne?
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine. I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne! We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Well, Hey, old man! Are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
But, Miss Hawthorne, what happened to you?
Are you really that shocked?
Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now if you don't mind.
But we're not finished!
Fine. Then ask this nasty old hag to finish up already.
Get your ass back over there! I can't let her get away this time! Stop, Mia! If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer!
The ultimate price? You'd be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid. No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Fay. Or should I say, Miss Gray. Well, Miss Fay, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all? Well, yeah, there's only one thing that I could think of. If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer's over. There's one detail that we have not managed to bring up this entire fucking time, or we haven't called back to it yet. When the body was found, what was there clutched in his hand as if it was planted there? And that little scene that we saw, she wears gloves. From that little scene that we saw, and she was just so happened to be holding his hand, of the corpse of his hand. And I bet you that was whenever she planted that cold killer X. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor! The defense would like to present proof.
Impossible! You can't possibly!
Stupid woman. It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will allow only one piece of evidence to be presented. Just one? If you're unable to establish her guilt, then I'm afraid that a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright. I understand, Your Honor.
I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar.
She was planning to poison Mr. Wright. If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Yes! Well then, Miss Fay, please present your evidence. Show to this court irrefutable proof that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison Mr. Wright. This!
Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold the Killer X? Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold?
If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony? But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. Well, I always eat with Dolly, just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. We can test it.
Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine.
I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and the cut electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cable to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, that is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, came back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poisoned cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they searched me like they did 8 months ago?
8 months ago?
Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. Oh, come on now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar.
Right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Huh? I mean, yes, that's exactly right. It's just pure desperation.
I wonder which one of us is the desperate one. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now!
Mia Fey! Oh God.
Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey?
Holy shit!
That's just fine. For the time being, victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge, I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why? Yes?
I'm going to go spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best.
What the fuck? It's finally all over.
I refuse to accept this! The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claim!
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care! I'm Winston Payne! And I don't believe one word this rookie lawyer said! I wanna win!
I'm going to kick you out!
Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this.
Yes?
Would you care to try this cold medicine?
What?
Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said...
There, it's alright, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life.
So, if she's so trustworthy, then I'm sure there couldn't possibly be any poison in here. Right?
What? Yes.
And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life?
My hair! It's flying, my beautiful hair!
I was making a joke about your hair just being lost by this entire thing, but damn.
Mr. Payne? About Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Your Honor, I'll file papers for immediate arrest. My hair!
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Bullshit. Just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Faye,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me, or did you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
I mean, Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well.
Her boyfriend's... Something about what Glorosberg said here. Diego Armando. Dahlia potentially murdered Diego, who just so happened to be dating her.
Very well.
Mr. Payne?
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter.
It appears Mr. Payne has lost his spirit along with his hair. Does the defendant have anything further to say?
It can't be true. My
Dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty. This court is adjourned.
I'm not gonna lie, that woman scares me. That Dahlia woman.
Mia, you were wonderful in there. Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg.
During the verdict, I thought my hemorrhoids were going to explode like Mount Vesuvius.
Mr. Grossberg, do you, maybe think you could stop talking about them?
Oh, that's rather rude. I like my hemorrhoids. I nicknamed one of them Jerry and the other one Steve. Anyway, this case really made me think. What does it really mean to have a relationship of mutual trust with the client? Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this.
Hey, Phoenix. Buddy. Oh, Mr. Wright. Congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on.
The dolly that I saw up there on the witness stand. I don't think that was really her.
What?
Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those kinds of terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something.
This poor kid still hasn't got a clue. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright. For your own sake.
Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best.
Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little.
But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up.
Eek! What kind of company does this guy keep?
Right now, I'm starting to become a lawyer myself.
That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend that I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should still be able to save him in time.
I see.
Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right?
Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is.
Okay. I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. Aww. Oh, that was nice. Oh, now we're back in Phoenix's perspective? Aw, man. I was kind of hoping that we could play a little bit more in Mia's. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned and managed to save my friend. But Mia's passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia's gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind.
Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client.
In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day. Episode 1, Turnabout Memories, the end. Who are you? You, my good sir, have a visor that is worthy of envy. Oh, my lord. Oh, I like your visor, my good sir. Oh, you got a visor with style, my dude. And with that, I think I'm done recording this segment. To everybody that's watching, it feels really fucking good to be back in this. You have no idea. I am going to go rest my throat. I'm going to brew myself another cup of tea, and I'm just going to bask in the joy that we are finally back to the wonderful world of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're as excited for this as I am, and I will see all of you guys in the next video.